Whipping sauce.
Whipping sauce.
Texture dripping with the sauce.
Dripping with the sauce.
Finessing, getting it with the sauce.
Getting it with the sauce.
In the kitchen whipping
In the
sauce.
kitchen whipping sauce.
Whipping sauce.
Whipping sauce.
My texture dripping with the
Texture
sauce.
dripping with the sauce.
Flexing on them with the sauce.
Flexing on them with
I'm
the
saucy. Goddamn.
Welcome back to another episode of Chef Life TV podcast. Today I consider him an OG in the game. You know, not an OG, not OG because you know he OG because he's been doing this for a minute. Chef Rich, welcome, Chef Rich.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Hello, everybody.
What's going on, brother? What's going on, man?
Hey, just trying to survive in this crazy climate that we got going on.
Man, it's been crazy, man. It's been insane. You know, there's a lot of people losing jobs because of this pandemic. You know,
Yes.
I'm one of them. You know,
So was I.
unfortunately.
So was I. So was I.
So let's jump right into it. So, born in New York City, you had access to a lot of types of cuisines, right? And
Yes, I did.
you decided to take grasp with Afro Latino food. Why?
Well, I'll say this. I used to always watch Food Network. I used to always read books and do all types of, go to different demos and stuff. Because back in these days, remember, they didn't have like IG, internet, and all that stuff like they do now. And you could type in a dish and get a recipe like that. You know, for me, I had to be hands-on. So I learned from caterers. I learned from chefs. I volunteered. So once I got into that and I saw what was out there and I learned the classical techniques and I learned the proper, quote unquote, proper way to do things, I realized that my food that I cook at home or that I eat at home that I got from my mom's, my family, my grandmother, I didn't eat out. I never saw that unless it's a little cuchi frito or a little Haitian spot or a little Jamaican restaurant where you go and you get an aluminum pan and it's full of rice and then a little bit of meat, a little bit of starch, double starch, eating crazy. But I never embraced my type of food. And I started looking at it, looking at my memories, looking at my neighbors. Like I had Puerto Ricans living in my neighborhood. I had Jamaicans living next door to me. I had, Guyanese on the other side. We was Haitian. So I'm experiencing all this type of cuisine, and I never cooked it. I never developed it. I never embraced it. I never looked at it like, what could I do to elevate this? And one day at work, I used to be on the Bateau, New York. I was executive sous chef, fast forward. And I was speaking to Marcus Samuelson. He was on our boat for a program, and he asked me for where I'm from. I told him, I'm from Haiti. He said, so why don't you cook your cuisine? Why don't you take your cuisine and make that your style? Because nobody could tell you you're wrong because that's how you grew up. That's how you have your memories. That's how, you experience your food. So no one can tell you wrong when you interpret it the way with the flavors that you remember. And that's when the light bulb hit me. And I was like, yo, I'm more than just Haitian food. I'm in New York City. We're the most diverse melting pot. I lived in Flatbush.
Yeah.
They have every type of cuisine. So, I decided to search and study and develop and substitute ingredients for our ingredients. When I say our, I mean in the black and the brown people ingredients, the indigenous people's ingredients, the Africans, the Haitians, all that. So when I say Afro-Latino, I'm saying it not as a fusion, right?
Yeah.
Because our food was there already with the Taino and the Arawak Indians, and the Africans that were enslaved and brought over. They brought their traditions and melded with it and created a whole new style of food. And that's why I call Afro-Latinos. Because if you look at the Caribbean area, everybody got the same ingredients. It's just differently prepared. I don't care what you say, what you do. You look at every dish, every type of ingredient is there. They're similar on all the islands. Yet, it's just, prepared differently, used differently. So, I look at that as a cuisine in and of itself, and I adopted it, and I try to study it. I try to look into it deeper and bring it up to the forefront so people can enjoy it the way I see it through my eyes.
That's listen, that's okay for okay, so you saying Afro Latino, right? Afro Latino food. Now,
Yeah,
are we including Cuban, Dominican,
Cuban. Yes,
Jamaica,
yes.
all
That's
that?
the Latino. That's the Afro. The Afro is the darker. Like for instance, if you look at the more African, I should say, cultures in the Caribbean. Like for instance, the more African the culture, the more indigenous the culture, they tend to eat hotter foods. Whereas if it's a culture that's more uh, influenced by the Anglo part of like the Spanish, like
Yeah.
from Spain coming over, their food is not as hot and spicy. So you have an
Okay.
island, for instance, Haiti and Dominican Republic on Hispaniola, right?
Yeah.
On that island, you have Haiti on one side and Dominican Republic on the other side. They both eat pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying? With the plantains, the rice and beans, the sancocho and the bouillon, which is the soups. All of this stuff is the same almost, but it's just differently
Prepare.
prepared.
Oh
Whereas
yeah.
Haitians,
Copy.
yeah, Haitians will eat spicier food. They'll eat Scotch bonnet peppers in their condiment called pickles, which is a Haitian style hot sauce, hot condiment. With cabbage and onions and Scotch bonnet and vinegar. But on the Dominican side, you're not seeing that much of a hot sauce, or something that's super spicy like that, because they're a little bit more on the Spanish side of being their culture. You know what I'm saying? So Cubans the same way. Cubans don't eat spicy, super spicy foods, but their ingredients, just like the Dominicans, are very similar to the African culture as well. So that's why I say Afro Latino. So you have plantains, plátanos, maduros, everything, all of that stuff, any type of banana, all of that stuff, you know, beans and stuff like that. That came also from Africa with the black eyed peas, collard greens, yams, all that stuff. We do it here. We do it here, right? That's what like for instance with the mofongo. Mofongo started out with
Yeah.
breadfruit,
With
right? It started
with what?
with breadfruit.
Okay.
It started with breadfruit, but then when the introduction of plantains came over, they started incorporating that more, and yuca, which is like the cassava and all of those root vegetables. And if you go now, and trust me, I'm gonna say this, and people are probably like, oh, this guy's a liar or whatever. Back in the day, I felt that mofongo was too dry with just the green plantain. So what I decided to do was I took the green plantain, the yellow maduro, and the yuca, and I mashed it together, and it created a little bit more moist mofongo,
Okay. Okay.
right? So, but now
Okay.
I see a lot.
Okay.
I see a lot of people doing that now. Trust me, I see a lot of people doing it, and you know, I don't care about it, but I'm glad it came. It had to come from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And all of those, like I said, ingredients are native right now to the Caribbean island, whether it be a Spanish island, whether it be uh, um, a more African style or African based or indigenous based, like a Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti. You know, so that's where I get that Afro Latino cuisine from, because it's all the same to me. It's not fusion. It's not like Japanese and German.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fusion.
Yeah. Okay, so now to touch base on something real quick, because I got a shitload of questions that I want to ask you here, but
Go
now,
ahead.
I just want to get just slightly a bit controversial, okay?
Go ahead.
Because
I'm with it.
because we seen what happened with the James bed, right?
Yes. Boom.
Boom, but
Boom shakalaka.
but you had a dinner there, right? With David Burke.
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about that now?
I feel like at that time, right? At that time, I'm gonna tell you that was one of my first encounters with the James Beard and with the fine dining and all of that, and I thought that's how it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? The dude, he had a reputation. People scared the shit out of me and told me, "Oh yeah, he's a yeller. He's gonna scream on you. This, that, and the other." Yo, the dude was nicer than nice to me, right? But like I said, I didn't know the industry, so to me, working there, and he was nice. He was doing his thing, but the cooks and stuff were a bit, you know, controversial. Saying shit in the kitchen, talking shit. But I'm thinking, yo, this is their world. I was the only black guy in the kitchen.
Damn.
Other than the James Beard big dishwashers and the porter dudes, I was the only black guy in the kitchen. I'm not lying. I was the only black guy in the kitchen.
Did they hit you with the?
It's okay, I'll use the service entrance. I'll see you at 9.
Is that what they hit you with?
No, but I'm gonna say, and again, it seems like it's controversial. It seems like it's a little far fetched. But the way I got into the James Beard House, I didn't go to culinary school, right? I wasn't affiliated with a restaurant or anything like that. But I found a dude that was volunteering at an event, giving out flyers and posters. He told me to go see somebody at New York City Tech, the dean at the time, if I'm not mistaken, June Jordan, I think it was, something like that. And she posted me to Shelly Managan at the James Beard House. So I called up. I said, I'd like to volunteer. June Jordan sent me this, that, and the other. And the lady,
Hold up, chef.
come in.
Hold up, chef. I'm gonna cut you off, but you sound a little bit muffled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Clear now?
Yeah, we go.
So I spoke to June Jordan from New York City Tech, downtown Brooklyn. They had a hospitality program. So I just was picking people's brains, going around, and she, pointed me towards the James Beard House to volunteer at. So I called up the lady that she told me to call up, Shelly Managan, and she said, "Hey," I said, "I would like to, volunteer." This had to be like 1997-ish, 1998-ish, maybe. And I was like, "Yeah, I want to volunteer."
Damn.
So she said, "Okay, come on down. You could come to the first dinner, blah, 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 blah." So I go in. I'm at the dinner. I'm with David Burke. I'm doing the thing, plating up, doing different stuff. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I went backtrack. I was on my third dinner by then.
Damn.
I never met her. Yeah, and I was on the third dinner because I kept on calling and volunteering and kept on calling. And I was on the third dinner, and I was with Chef Christian Delouvrier. At that time, I think he was at L'Espinasse. And I was there plating up, doing my thing. And she came in, and she's like, "Oh, she saw me." Back then, I had dreads. I think I had dreadlocks. If I'm not mistaken, I had a bandana on my head or something. She's like, "Oh, you're Richard Gibbs." I was like, "Yes, I am." Yo, no lie, chef. Later on, like now, you cannot get in unless you're affiliated with a school. At all. You cannot get in and volunteer for the James Beard House unless you are with a school. And I wasn't with a school. And then you got to fill out a long application and all types of crazy stuff. So I don't know how that happened. I don't know where that happened or when did that happen. But, I was there. I got in. And then after that, it was tough to get in after that. Like that David Letterman, it's hard to get a ticket. It's hard to get a ticket. Yeah. That shit was hard. So,
let me tell you, dude. Now, with everything that's been going on, do you have some sort of regret that you did that dinner there?
Not at all. I don't regret none of it. None of it at all, sir. It was a part of my learning process.
Copy.
Right? I couldn't learn that and be the chef that I am today without going through that. It was like a necessary evil almost. I would have to say, but not necessary. But like right now, if you notice, all these chefs are getting blown up for inappropriate touch. But back in the days, a woman is in the kitchen, they were saying all types of stuff. All types of stuff is being said. So now, when we're more enlightened and we understand better.
Absolutely.
It can't happen. It can't happen.
No way. And you know what?
And there's no way it could happen.
And
I'm glad.
And to all these chefs out here that got caught up doing dumb shit, coming out their
Mm-hmm.
mouth, touching female workers,
Yeah.
and not respecting cooks.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You played yourself.
And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, it's 2020. As a matter of fact, this has been going on. It's like since 2015, the industry changed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you out here still moving the same way like you're back in the 90s, bro, you're bugging.
Right. Yeah. I remember I was working at the at Olives at the W Hotel. I was downstairs near the dishwashing position, and we just finished doing a dinner, the banquet department. It was in the middle of service, regular restaurant, Olive, but the banquets, we just finished them. So I'm bringing stuff downstairs, and the dishwashers was there, and we had stuff in the pans, extra stuff. I said, yo, you guys want this? Yo, you're going to eat this. And we left it for them, and they started eating it immediately. Yo, this is in the middle of service. So they supposed to be washing pans and pots to bring it back upstairs. They stopped. They started eating. Yo, the chef comes out and he's like, yo, what's going on with the pots? What's happened? He saw them eating. Yo, the dude threw the pots at the dude, hit him in the chest, right in front of my face. Yo, right in front of my face. Right now, the dude is on the West Coast with a couple of restaurants, chilling. He was a chef de cuisine. Now he's over there owning stuff. I wonder how he would feel right now. If I reminded him of that story. Like, how would he feel? I would like to know, like, yo, what was on your mind when you did that?
Yeah, bro.
And I felt bad. I was like, yo, I'm sorry, dude. They was like, nah, it's not your fault. And them dudes wanted to walk out. One of them said, yo, I can't. I need this job. The other one bounced.
Right.
So, I think we've come full circle where that type of stuff doesn't happen. And we're better for it. You know what I'm saying? We're better for it.
I mean, listen, I was always the one that said, man, once I become a head chef or an executive chef, I'm not going to move how they moved because, you don't want to, you want to come to work. You don't want to be like, damn, I got to go to fucking work today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
And
it's a catch-22.
And that, and that all depends on the chef. You know what I'm saying? To quote, Chad from True Cooks, my man said some true shit. He said, and I said something similar, but he said it first. He said, you work for somebody that's gonna take time and teach you what you want to learn. Don't waste your time and work for someone just to work. Like it has to work both ways, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if it's like, and now with Instagram and all the these so-called chefs online and people getting,
you're right about that.
Yeah, and these chefs getting getting backed because they have certain followers on Instagram and they didn't even put the work in. You have to, up and coming chefs have to be very careful for who they work for. That's all.
Yeah, of course. Like I've seen a few times a chef, she put out some stuff on there, getting sponsored and stuff because she's a celebrity chef and stuff like that. And her stuff is it's never stuff that she cooks. It's stuff that she's in a restaurant doing this, doing that, but she got a chef coach. She calls herself a chef, all types of stuff, and it's bogus. It's bogus. It's bogus to me. It's bogus to me. You Food Network now, right? That's what you are. You're a Food Network chef, right? But your stuff, I haven't seen nothing you make, and the stuff that you did make is regular. So how are you getting back? Why? Because you look good.
Your shit's not so hot anyway.
Yeah, you got that American girl, that all-American girl with blonde hair, blue eyes.
Damn.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. Let's put us up there. Show us off.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Stop putting us in the back.
I have to give and I said this before. I have to give props to Chef Tobias. He owns Victory.
Yeah, Victory, right.
He puts on his people, bro. He puts on.
That's what's up.
He puts on black Hispanic chefs in the kitchen, and he teaches them what he knows.
And he deserves what he gets.
You know what I'm saying?
He's deserving what he's getting, right?
So he because let me tell you something, man. You got chefs out here, right? that claim they're from the struggle, that claim they're from this place, that claim from that place, but they quick to go put up a restaurant in a gentrified area instead of putting up a restaurant in the place you grew up in.
Yeah, why not?
You see what I'm saying?
Why not?
I've
I've had ideas of doing that, bro. I've had ideas of doing that, but I go back to where I grew up at. It's gentrified. It's gentrification, bro. They got all types of stuff. In the old liquor store is a restaurant and bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the old Chinese, you know those little Chinese junk stores, they sell like the slippers and all that stuff for the chicks.
Yeah.
Beauty supplies. Yeah, it's a little bar restaurant in there. And they kept the same sign.
I just feel like we need to bring more of what we know to the south side of each neighborhood, right? Because the south side is all the same most of the time. And it really pisses me off when people claim to give back to the community and they're not doing it.
They're not. Of course. Like, they forgot. They ran away. Where you at?
So let's talk about you again, right? So you got burnt out after a while, yes?
Yes.
I mean,
after a while, I got burnt out and I left.
It happens to a lot of us, man. It happens to a lot of us.
But I couldn't stay away. I couldn't stay away though.
Man, listen, man. I tried becoming a truck driver. I tried installing cable. I was even gonna become an exterminator, man, at one point.
You know, I was getting permits at the Department of Buildings from my boy who owns his own construction company. That's what I was doing. Because I had to chill for a minute. I had to walk away. I had to get paid more money because I wasn't getting paid what I should be getting paid.
And that's an ongoing issue with the industry, you know. Milk and don't pay. And that's getting really, really old, man. So let me see here. I still got some more questions, man. You answer. This is why I do my podcast, man. This is how we getting down. I'm keeping it real.
Right. Let's keep it real.
So you answered the ad for a chef, right? That's how you got back in the game.
No, what happened was I went. What happened? That was when I was working at J.P. Morgan Chase, and I went back to finance.
Okay.
And then I answered an ad for executive sous chef. Never been a sous chef in my life, but I was like, yo. My brother was like, yo, try. Who cares? What's gonna happen? What could they say? No, right? So I go. Now remember, I'm thinking corporate all the time because I just came from finance. I go in with a pinstripe blue suit, hair.
Tip top.
I just had my dreads twisted up, so I was looking sharp. I was exactly opposite of what I was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
You was looking so brand new, or it's like it's like the Jamaicans say, new brand. You was looking new brand.
Yeah. I was looking new brand, and I go in and I have a great interview, and the lady's like, "Yo, but I see that you have a lot of management experience in corporate. What about? No, I see that you have cooking experience, and she goes, but what about your management experience?" I said, "Well, I used to manage in retail." I said, I feel that I could bring my management experience from retail into culinary because I know how to cook and I know how to manage. Trust me now, it doesn't work like that, but I convinced the lady. I cooked up some food. I did some stuff on the culinary tip, and I showed her that I could cook, and then I got in and I, quote unquote, managed the way I thought I was supposed to manage. And I was one of those type of chefs. I was rough.
So you wouldn't have been there. You wouldn't have been there, suited up, ready to go. And she was like, "I don't think you could do it." But then you spit that game, you held it down, and you got the fucking job. Never being a sous chef before.
No,
but you got the motherfucking job.
Exactly.
Yeah, boy. All right.
Yeah, and it wasn't even regular sous chef. I was executive sous chef, bro. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Hold up. So not regular sous. Executive suit. Gotta do one more time. One more time, goddammit. Oh, you skipped the whole floor.
Yeah, I skipped the whole floor. And guess what? At that time, I didn't even know. But I got in and I'm a big talker, so I talk to a lot of people. I pick people's brains, and I understood being in there. I used that to develop my culinary life. You know what I'm saying? I was cooking all the time. I was making sure that I was always practicing on my knife skills and all types of stuff. And it just happened the way it happened for me. And sometimes I feel like, yo, I didn't have it as hard as this guy. I didn't have it as hard as that guy. I didn't work for 20 years and just became a sushi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was tough for me to believe in myself too at the beginning. And that's where I think sometimes I get that quote unquote imposter syndrome where I feel like, yo, do I even deserve what I'm doing right now or getting what I'm getting paid right now? Or,
Nah, you can't
you
think
know,
like that, bro. Fuck that.
I know. Yeah, but I did. I did. And I just started recently, not like just saying, yo, forget that. I got what I got because I got it. It was the way I was supposed to get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I just heard somebody say something like they said, something delayed does not mean it's denied.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Something delayed does not mean it's denied, meaning that just because you get it late does not mean it shouldn't be for you.
Mm. That's powerful. That's
So
powerful.
I'm beginning to understand, to look at myself and look at my accomplishments and look at everything around me, my environment, how I treat people, and all this other stuff within this industry, and that's how I move forward. That's how I stay the course. You know, I never played a victim, and I'm not saying that there's no victims out there. So don't get me wrong, please, America, IG, whoever. This does not mean that there aren't victims. However, I use any type of uh, victimization on myself. I flip it and I use that as my motivation to keep going and to keep doing things. I had some dudes that I opened up a restaurant for. They wanted to work me 7 days, bro.
No, 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 no.
Fuck you.
Yeah, they wanted me to
Tú
work
no
7 days. They brought
entiendes.
in,
No, 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 no. We ain't doing that.
yeah, yeah. They wanted me. Yeah, they said, "Oh, come on in your day off when we have managers meetings." I said, "I live in Staten Island. I travel here. The day is over. I can't do that." But they was kind of pissed off about it. Then the owner brings in their nephew who never cooked and lied. He lied. He said, "Yeah, I worked here and I worked there." And I caught him on the lie. I said, "Yo, there's no way you ever used to work there, bro."
We call that fronting. He was fronting.
Yes, affronting. He was affronting, and I saw it, and I was like, "Yo, come on, bro." And I couldn't yell at him. I couldn't, do nothing, and I can't say nothing to him because he's the owner's nephew. And they weren't treating me right, but that's I look at that and I'm like, I'll never let nobody treat me like that
And
again.
you learn. Live and
No
you
one,
learn.
yeah, I learned. Yeah, I lived and I learned, and but I never was down on myself and believed they shit. You know what I'm saying? I never believed they shit, but I'm better than what they looked at me as. That's what I believed.
Man, listen, man. I tell myself that it's hard being a chef of color, Latino chef, and I just can only imagine what you went through in the kitchen coming up back
Hmm.
in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I think like that, and I tell myself, damn, I should have fucking even complained, man.
Say it again.
I see what I think about what I've been through as a
Hmm.
color Latino chef, and then
Yeah.
I think about probably what you was going through back in the '90s, and I'm like, yo, damn, you must have fucking had it hard. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Right. Right.
I
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel like things are changing, but they could change a little quicker, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Say it again. Things are changing so that we can get there quicker.
No, I said things are changing, but I feel like they could change a little quicker.
Oh, you feel like it could be no. Well, anything could change quicker, but I think it changed at the time that it was supposed to. Everything fell into place right when it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, all of these things are getting exposed. Yes, they were there. People knew about, but a lot of stuff is getting exposed. Just like when the Me Too movement came out, people was getting exposed. Now, with the COVID, when things are closed down and restaurants are closed down, people are like, yo, I'm not coming back. Now what? You're a racist. They're having the courage to say, yo, you are a racist. What are you going to do about it? Restaurant, one Michelin star restaurant. What are you going to do about the fact that your maitre d' is racist? Right?
Copy. I'm here. I'm listening,
talk,
brother.
Yeah, yeah. You talk. Black Lives Matter, but what you going to do about the maitre d' that's racist?
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
now step up to the plate. Step up to the plate, and things are going to change. Now you can't look at nobody and say the same thing again, like they used to. You can't say that. You can't call somebody a nigga in the kitchen and get away with that shit.
Mm-hmm. First
You
of all,
can't.
let's be honest. You call somebody a nigga in the kitchen, you ain't getting away with it regardless. Now it's gonna be on paper, but back in the day.
I got a knife. I got a knife.
You getting smacked, Baba.
Back in the day. Yeah, something's happening. But they got people that are not as strong, and they're like, yo.
Yeah. And to quote what you said earlier, man, a lot of these Michelin stars they during this COVID they got hit just like we got hit. And they can't sit there and try to deliver all this foo shit anymore. Now you gotta bring your shit down a notch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. You gotta now calm down and humble yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Humble yourself and be like, yo, we need you. We need you. And that's what's happening.
I don't know if you follow Sticks after the group conversation we had.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a picture with her and Daniel Hump, and I was like, damn, that's powerful. I can't wait to see what they're cooking up.
I didn't see that.
I can't wait to see what they're cooking up. He posted a picture of her, and he was like, great things to come. And I'm like, yo, I hope something powerful is really going to happen here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, something's quiet. Something's quiet.
You know what I'm saying?
I see it, yeah.
And I brought her on the show last year, right? I saw her and I'm like, yo, something about this girl, man. She focused, she moving, she doing what she got to do. And now look, you see what I'm saying?
She's getting her.
And
she's getting her.
It makes me. I say this to tell you that it makes me happy. It makes me, others people's success motivate me.
Right.
So when I see a chef cooking for a celebrity, or when I see a chef grinding, or when I see even you, man, you know what I'm saying? You got furloughed just like me and Compass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you ain't let that shit stop you.
No. I didn't even sign their release. By the way, I didn't even sign their release paper that they try to give everybody. So they can say what they want. I don't give a damn. I'm not accepting the fact that they didn't, you can't ask for your vacation pay. You can't ask for nothing. Why? Because they want us to be grateful that you were still paying us here and there during the COVID, but you could take away the vacation.
That really pissed me off.
But without saying it, they put it in the paperwork without telling you, oh, guys, this is what's going to happen. I get it and I understand it, so don't get me wrong. But don't try to slip it in the paperwork. Oh, yeah, by the way, you got to sign it in 45 days. You can keep that paper. I'm not signing shit. I'm not signing nothing.
See, but
you can't make me shut up, and you can't make me say nothing, because that's another spot. That's another place that does not, Slick Division does not embrace their African-American or black chefs at all. I don't care what they say. They got one dude that's a corporate chef, and that's it. Right? And they have chefs here and there, and they can say what they want, but they're not embracing it. They're not developing them. They put them through all these courses, but they're not really developing them. They pick you, drop you in a spot, and then tell you, oh, you got to do this. But they don't develop you into the culture that they want. And then when you don't, develop, or when you don't perform the way they want you to perform, that's it. You're persona non grata. They got people barking on you. They talk crazy. It's all types of craziness going on over there. But ask them, let's see the roster of all your executive chefs. Let's see the roster. Ask them, let's see the roster. You could type in Slick executive chefs on LinkedIn probably and see how many black faces are in there. that are executive chefs or chefs of brown or black color skin tone.
God damn. You call them all the way out.
Yeah.
I like this. This is
Yeah,
good.
I
This
don't care,
good.
bro. I don't care I don't care, bro. That's my experience, and I could challenge somebody to tell me differently.
And if they got something to say, you're gonna hit them with the
Fuck you. Tú no entiendes.
Exactly.
See, but you ain't let that
Exactly.
shit. You ain't let all that shit bring you down, because you
No,
out
I
here
can't.
and now you became an executive chef, and you getting what you want, bro. You asked
Yeah,
for it,
I'm
you
ready
got
to-
it, and you getting
Yeah.
what you want.
Exactly. And without any type of haggle, without any type of negotiation, without any of that, and they're like, "Yo, this is your kitchen."
They told you just like that. This is your kitchen now.
Yep. Well, actually, I said, let me back that up. I said in the interview, I said, I don't mean any disrespect or anything like that, but when and if I become the executive chef here, the kitchen is mine. Period.
And they ain't say nothing.
I don't think I would ever been able to say that back in the day. I was like, oh, no, they might not.
Coño, papi.
Yes, coño. I wouldn't have had the nuts to say that. But my whole, I have the support of my family. I got, support of my friends, support of chefs that I'm just meeting over, your platform, and I get the encouragement that I need to put my, give me that backbone, that battery in my back to act how I need to act. Because all they say is, "Yo, Rich, you have it there already. You have it. Just stop. Just do it."
Just
And
fucking do it,
that's
man.
like you could call it PTSD of the culinary industry.
Listen,
Coming
man,
home, hearing tickets in your head, like, come on, bro. You know what I'm talking about. You go to sleep after you come home from a show, 2:00 in the morning.
Listen,
2:00 in the
man.
morning,
I don't woke up sometimes
You got
yelling
the
yes,
ticket.
chef, and my wife be like, "Yo, are you okay?"
Yeah, exactly. Tickets clicking in your head.
Yeah, listen, man. It's
You
a
know?
funny world, man. But
Yeah,
we
and
love
it-
it,
it's
man.
the
We
same-
love it. We love
yeah.
it. We love what we do, and
Yeah.
ain't
The
nobody
pressure
out
and all
here
that, we love
bitching.
it.
Ain't nobody out here bitching. We just shining light on
No.
shit that needs to get shined on. That's all.
Yeah, that for all those people that watch Food Network and think it's all fun and games, like, hey, beat Bobby Flay. It's not. It's not a glamorous lifestyle. It's not fun. It's pressure every single day, every day.
Every
Pressure to
day.
be perfect. But that's what we do. That's what we gravitate towards. We run towards the pressure. We don't run away from the pressure.
Copy, man. Listen, it's time for my
Yeah, hot
Put that
seat
shit up,
question.
quick.
There we go. The questions. We got the questions. Okay, here we
Uh-huh.
go. Now,
Okay.
what is people's biggest misconception of you as a chef?
Of me?
Yes.
Oh, I know what it is. People think that just because I'm a chef, I can't relate or cook comfort food.
Mm.
They think that my food has to be super duper upscale, has to be super duper fancy for me to go to a restaurant that's down home cooking or, comfort food, which is totally the opposite.
Okay. I could dig it. But little do they know, you get home and you done down on the pickles and the what? What you call sancocho over there in
Pickles. It's called bouillon.
Bouillon?
Bouillon, yeah,
Bouillon.
bouillon. It's just the same as sancocho. It's the same.
Bouillon, ça
A little
passe,
different
papi.
here and there. Yep, sac passe, ma boule. I get down with that stuff. I get down with regular food. I get down with comfort food, collard greens. Mac and cheese, just regular stuff. I do it. I don't care.
All right.
But
all right. Now,
it is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Your oxtail ain't fucking with mine. I'm just gonna put it out
What?
there. Your oxtail ain't fucking with mine. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Then we're gonna have to have an oxtail challenge.
Listen, man. I bring anybody up. Hey, Chef Scott from the Bronx. I'm talking to you now that you're down in Atlanta doing your thing. I'm talking to you too. And Chef Perry out there in London. I'm talking to you too, baby boy gorilla. You can't fuck with my oxtail, brother.
Oh, so you know what? We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do a blind Beat Chef Mo.
Hey, I'm with it.
Beat Chef Mo.
After this COVID shit, we could get some shit together and people get it. Yeah, shit. Let me tell you.
Back to back challenge. People just coming up challenging you. Taste this, eat that. Yo,
Hey, listen, I called
but
it
no, that's
like what was that the beginning of COVID? I called everybody out. I said, yeah, man, I tagged everybody. I was like, oh, my Caribbean chefs, where y'all at? I had the oxtails with the tostones, the shredded cabbage salad. My shit was looking lit.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody,
Dude.
probably like two people challenged back.
I was like, yo, what are you talking about? What the hell is this? I didn't even know what you was doing. I was like, yo, this dude is challenging. What?
I challenged everybody. Everybody.
He's wilding. And you put mad people's names up on it.
I said, where y'all at? Oh, my Caribbean chefs, where y'all at? Only like 3 of y'all came back. Yeah. People out here saw Mo challenging them and they thought they saw ghosts.
This dude with the ghost music. Oh my goodness.
All right, now if you could sit down with 3 culinary gods, who would they be?
Mm-hmm.
Have just kick back, talk, pick their brain, anything you want to know. Who would they be?
All right, well,
Dead or alive?
Number one, I would like to speak to Edna Lewis.
Oh yes.
Just so I could understand the Southern cuisine much more. And from her, her viewpoints, from her experience, you know what I'm saying? I would love to sit down with her and just listen to her speak. Just listen to her speak.
Yeah, that's tough.
Who else would I say? I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a few things on Netflix and stuff like that, and I was very blown away by Chef Brock
From West Virginia?
Yeah.
My man almost worked himself to death, literally, bro.
Yes. And I would just like to, because I think that there's more to him than that. That, like, you can see when he's cooking, he's just focused. He's just going in.
Son, my man is like cooking. Zoomed. I was looking at that. I was telling my wife, I said, yo, this dude is focused as fuck.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if anybody talk to him or say something to him. Like, he won't even notice. Like, because he's just going in. He's going in. And I would just like to understand that mentality, that drive that he has. And I know he was sick off of it. Thank God he's much better. But, he's
he about that life.
He's another person. Yeah, he's about that life.
Yeah,
I'd like to see something, a little bit more about him, or I would like to sit down and talk to him and see what's going on.
And you know what's funny? He does it both. He has his fancy joint, and he got us just like come up and eat.
Yeah, exactly. And another person who I would like to, and only because I was just always in awe with the stuff that he did and like where he got it from and the hell's he thinking about is from French Laundry.
Thomas Keller, baby.
Yes, Thomas Keller.
That's my listen, man. I'm not ashamed to say it, brother. That man right there, listen, man. I have an autographed copy of the French Laundry because I used to work at a Relais Chateau property, and they sent me an autographed copy, to Chef Mo. It's all about finesse. That shit is in my mom's safe.
It's all about the what?
It's all about finesse.
Oh, it's all about finesse.
Yo, that shit is in my mom's safe, bro. It's just not leaving.
Wow. Yeah. Yo, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So
that's what's up. So he's one of the dudes I would love to sit down with.
Did you see the episode? Mind you, because now everybody's doing this weed infused dinners and shit. Did you see the episode with Anthony Bourdain, his very first show, Cook's Tour? He goes to French Laundry. Oh, and mind you, how old is this show? He's like, we're gonna go.
To be a long time ago.
Bro, he says we're gonna go here. There's this chef in Napa Valley making noise. This is how old this shit is. And
that was his first one.
Yeah, and it's him, Eric, and two more. I think it was John. It was, but I know it was Eric and him. And they sit down, and they're doing like a 40-course tasting, bro. Something like absurd. And
Wow.
Anthony Bourdain was a huge like smoker. And he's like, yo, I need a fucking cigarette. I need a cigarette. But Thomas Keller doesn't like people leaving his tasting for shit.
He don't like people with
Leaving.
smoke?
No, leaving. Yeah, like
leaving. Right.
Like he doesn't want them leaving for nothing. So Anthony Bourdain's like, yo, I really need a fucking cigarette though. So Thomas Keller gets handed a Marlboro, bro. He infused the tobacco in a dish, and Anthony Bourdain got his fix. Mind you, this was when, like 90 something, people infusing weed now. So my man Thomas Keller was way ahead of his time, bro.
Right.
Like crazy shit like that. Anyway, man, I'm just fascinated by that man, bro. That's like my favorite chef. So it's dope that you said that.
Yeah, he's one of the first ones that I read. I mean, and I look at him like, yo, I don't think I could reach that. I don't even think I can reach that. I'm not one of these dudes. I may not even reach that.
But you could appreciate it for what it is, though. You feel me?
Yes, yeah, exactly. I appreciate it for what it is because the imagination, it just makes you see like, okay, if he could think and take stuff this far, then I could do the same thing and take my food a certain level to what I feel like I can take it to and not be afraid to do it. And who cares what you think? Because he's doing stuff that, like, yo, people are like, yo, come on, man. You really going to take your time to do all of this stuff just so people can sit down and eat within seconds? Something that you had taken hours to create? You know, but that's what he does. And he does, you know, he's not apologizing for it. So that's why I look at him the way I look at him.
So if let me see how I could phrase this. If you could it's the last question. This is my first time asking somebody this question. If you found a time machine, you could go back and tell the young cook in you something. What would it be? The young you as a cook, knowing everything you've been through, your whole history of being in this industry. What would be? You could say one thing. What would it be?
I would say be more disciplined. Be more disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Because the time is going to fly by so quick. Be more disciplined. You know, because later on, you're going to have to catch up to that discipline. And it's going to make your life a little harder. So be more disciplined in this craft because it's going to be there for the long haul.
Damn, man, listen, man, you came through today and you dropped hella gems. And for that, my brother, I really, really appreciate you, man.
No, I thank you. No, thank you.
I appreciate you. As we say in my culture, as we say in my culture, brother. You know what I'm saying? I really, you know, it's been a journey for me and you to get this done. We did this shit 3 times, and the fact that you came and you
3 or 4 times,
and you came out here and you still decided to do it one more time, I really appreciate you, Chef. 100%.
Anytime, brother. Anytime, bro. Anytime.
Listen.
And I still have that first conversation we had. I still kept it.
Yeah, man, that was a good conversation, man. You had me. You opened up. My fucking mind just opened up fast.
Yeah, thank you, brother. No, thank you. I appreciate you having this platform for us to talk about stuff that's in our heads and in our hearts about all of this stuff. So, man, thanks a lot.
I appreciate that. Now, I need you to plug everything you're doing, your hot sauces, all that, because I know you got hot sauces.
Oh, right.
Which, you know,
okay.
I'm checking my mailbox. I still ain't seen one, but we good.
Oh,
we're good.
Man, he called me out in public. I'm gonna have to have you send me your address, and you're gonna get a collection of Rich's Brew famous hot sauce. All right, I got flavors coming out. But right now, I have 3 different flavors right now. It's a garlicky habanero. It's a charred jalapeno and lime. And then I have a Haitian pickles. So I took the Haitian pickles and I made it into a sauce. I made it into a sauce for all those hot sauce lovers that like to carry a bottle in their pocket, in their purses, in their wallets, wherever they put it. You know what I'm saying? And they carry it. You know, like Beyonce got the hot sauce. We got the hot sauce in her bag. So it's Rich's Brew, and I'm going to come out with, I also have my own jerk rub. I have my jerk sauce. I have my own barbecue sauce, which is a cognac based barbecue sauce and a stout based barbecue sauce. But I have a lot of other things projects coming out. But it's at Rich's Brew on IG.
Bet. You got
All
Twitter,
right.
YouTube, anything else you want to put in here?
No, I don't got none of that other stuff because I don't got time. I don't got time. I don't got time enough to keep up with the IG. But you know, it's at Rich's Brew.
Copy. Well, Chef, man, listen, I appreciate you stopping by, man. And when I stopping by, because I'm used to having a studio,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you taking time.
I still want to come to the studio one time,
man.
once it's open up and everything's open up. I want to come out there. And
let me tell you
sit in the
something.
studio.
I did 2 episodes, and then I got a little shook. So I'm not going back to the studio no time soon.
It's all right. No, I understand, bro. Whenever you do, let me know.
Copy. Chef, I appreciate you, man. 100. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. 100.